white privilege. That is like one word, two words that Black Lives Matter is like trying to like use as a tool against basically like everything against a white person. That's the way, only way that they are using it to win a fight against a white person, or basically using it against a white person in any other kind of like speech or argument. But this is one of the most embarrassing one. So you should go head over to friend Tatum's the Officer Tatum's YouTube channel right now. So I mentioned how you should not be like protesting like in like restaurants or like people's businesses or in office or other kind of buildings. But planes, that's another one. So a black lady was apparently like she was like getting all mad and she was like oof. So, I'm just gonna type up something real quick. So, this was basically when this black lady was in economy class. So there's first class, which is like it really is expensive. You get to choose your own meal, and the seats are like wider, so they can just relax like so. Business class is mostly for people on business, just also expensive, but one level down from first class. And then there's economy, which is basically anybody else. So this is the most cheapest one, but it's still gonna be expensive if you're in this flight travel. So a black lady was like having an argument with the white lady, and she used white privilege. So well, let me tell you two things about like why you shouldn't use white privilege and why you shouldn't do a protest on an airplane. So I'm going to start off with the airplane one first, because it's more reasonable. Because airplane, though, you are not the only person there. There are the people who are just like maybe they're going on like a 14-hour flight. When I went back for a visit to South Korea, that flight took at least 14 hours, and I've noticed like some people like they were like they have their eye masks and they just like cover their eyes and they slept unless if they were eating lunch or dinner, whatever time it was. And some people they want to relax. So so basically, if you're on a long flight, if it's like a short flight, but if you're especially on a long flight, you are in like a cramped space, and you are way like kilometers above from the ground level. So oxygen is most likely going to be limited. So And sometimes like if the weather is like bad, like maybe there's going to be a thunderstorm, maybe it's like snowy, and a pilot, so the plane will most likely swerve left or right, or like swerve like sweep right down. So that has happened to me before. In the winter, when I was in the winter time coming back, and yeah, sometimes if the planes they'll actually pilot will actually swerve one way, and the plane will crash, and everyone who doesn't make it out safe will die. So stay seated, or do what the flight attendants tell you to do, because they are like trying to. So basically, like fly Emirates, and basically any other airline. The basic airline training is they tell them what to do, like in a situation like that. Well, there's that. Now, white privilege. Oh, so you could be a white person, and you could be like very poor. You're behind on your rent and stuff. That just still does not like give you like privilege, because people will still view you as a poor person. So if you're like a person who like a black person who actually can actually pay money, pay bills and such, and is successful, they respect you because you got a nice job. But just because you think some people have just because of their skin color, that they have higher privilege than you, then you should probably think about what is their profession, can they pay their bills, and etc. etc. Because I've seen several men and women who are white at highway exits and parking lot exit areas and places. They were just holding signs like, "Please donate. I am hungry. Need money for food." And there was one woman in Toronto who were asking "I need money to feed my kids." Then why don't you get a job? So if the only way you have privilege about something is because you are maybe you are rich, or maybe you're you're from and a whole bunch of other stuff. Because maybe you have enough money to actually do things, and maybe your grade level was something about way up, and or you're a harder working person, or or maybe you're a person who risk your life to fight for your country, and people respect you because you risk your life to help fight against other people to defend your country. For veterans always respect them. or you might get privilege because you have a certain membership, and this person does not, and all that person needs to do is pay for that membership, and ding, same thing happens there. So using the privilege excuse is like just wrong, because like, so someone could be like, they might have privilege about it. They might like, it might be all good and stuff, and like maybe they're successful and such, but maybe they're not, their manners are not polite, and they are rude to other people, and they only think highly of themselves, and basically think everyone is way down here, like everyone else. So yeah, even if you are successful, be nice. Just people don't know that one. And especially at a time like coronavirus, you should probably not be like yeah, have your mask off. No. Because it has been reported that like on most flights, WestJet and Canada and a whole bunch of other airlines that go like to do domestic flights or international flights, and it is reported that at least one passenger has been reported positive of coronavirus once they got tested. So if you're super want to make have a tantrum and say that you're not, you're an adult and such, but you're like, yeah. Instead of acting like a proper person, you're like acting like a person who is like absolutely no manners. So put behavior and how you treat other people before even think about using skin color against people in a fight. Don't.